So welcome everybody to tonight's business presentation. I'm going to be your host tonight and presenter, and my name is Marco Passanante. I'm Italian Swedish, and I've been part of Zinzino for 7.5 years now, actually. And the team, we've created around 48,000 active customers in almost 60 countries. So it's been an interesting journey, this 7.5 years with Zinzino. But look at my story within this industry. I started back in 2009. I started direct selling network marketing space, and I was working for a big newspaper in Sweden, and I was playing football in second division. So my life was basically leaving home 7 in the morning, coming back 10 at night. That was my life, and I had been like that for 6 years. And I wanted much more. Everybody's different, right? We all want different things out of life. But I was very bored, very bored. And I already had been looking for a couple of years to start my own business and look at different ideas. Almost brought the Italian fashion brand to Sweden. The problem was it took big investments, right? And if you want to start your own business, often it takes tens of thousands. In the fashion brand case, we were up to over 300,000 in the calculation. And then I had to kind of disregard that idea and look for something else. And then I saw this style of marketing, and I saw a business with very low startup fee, with no risks, and started part-time. So January 2009, just like you're taking a look today, I sat at a presentation, and I felt that, wow, if I can build an online business, having an e-commerce business, my online store, and build a business through market great products next to the job, next to the football, I saw the potential of long-term gaining freedom, the freedom I didn't have with my job, the freedom I wanted. So, of course, I was sold the idea of making more, working less and making more money. And of course, I'm like, yeah, sounds good, of course, in theory. But then I felt when I looked at the presentation, I told the guy, like, if this works, it's going to be fantastic. If it doesn't work, at least I gained another experience. And I got started January 2009, 7 to 10 hours a week next to my job. First month, didn't make so much money. Second month, very little money. But it took me 9 months. So my 9th month in business, I actually replaced or passed the income from my job and decided to go full time. So I've been in this space now full time for 15 years in October. So I know the potential, of course, and having worked with thousands of people over these 15 years on all continents, doesn't matter who you are. If you're hungry for for creating better results in your life, it's a great opportunity. If you want to help people with a good health, it's a great opportunity as well, right? But I started it wanting freedom. That's what I wanted when I started. I wanted freedom. So that was what I wanted. I don't know what you're looking for. I'm just going to change the speaker here in the presentation so we see the slide not only. So let's dive into the information here, because look at Zinzino. What's good if you're going to partner up with a company, you want to know it's a stable company, right? And Zinzino is an 18-year-old publicly traded company, which means you can read the annual report. Zinzino is profitable. Zinzino has money in the bank, and they're debt-free, which is very important, right? If you're going to dedicate your time to build a business. So 18 years in the making, and they've had 18 years straight growth. This year, the 19th year in business, I think they're on the track now to 25-30% growth. So it's an impressive journey this company has had. And one of the main reasons I would say why I believe this company will keep growing over next decades. Of course, there will be years with no growth. You can grow forever, of course not. But we see decade over decade. I think the target Zinzino has is to become the biggest preventative health company in the world. And having been part of this company for 7.5 years, from operational standpoint, it's a very professional company, how it's operated, how it's run. So I believe, the billions of billions they want to do per year is something they will do, with or without us, actually. So track record and numbers looks very good, and that's of course important. Then if we look at what are we offering, I was listening to a podcast the other day with a billionaire who said, product doesn't matter because you can create a need with whatever you're selling. And that is true. I mean, look at cigarettes, Coca-Cola, McDonald's. These are huge companies, right? Or the color bull, right? The energy drink that is terrible for people, right? Of course, they're doing very well. But me as a person, I would not sell or recommend or market products like that. No chance. But health, if we can help people to have a better health, that is something I want to be a part of. For sure, I want to be part of that. So looking at health, if I sat with you individually, I would ask you now, it's like, okay, Lisa, what do you do? What are you doing to take care of your health? Is your health important for you? Maybe it's not. Maybe you are just an entrepreneur looking for a great opportunity, and that's fine, right? Most people start a business to make money, not to add value. So, but here with Zinzino, we're adding value, right? We're solving real problems when it comes to health. Because when it comes to health, people know more than ever. We want to feel good. We want to stay fit. We want to be healthy, right? But at the same time, even as we know more than ever, we see the health-related problems, they are increasing. And it's time to ask why. Of course, there's many factors to this, right? Epigenetics is the key we know today to our long-term good health. And epigenetics is, of course, your lifestyle. What are you eating? What are you not getting from your diet, nutrition-wise? Are you exercising, pollution, and all of these things, right? But one of the key factors when it comes to biohacking, because biohacking is so big today, right? And we're tapping into one of the biggest things you can do when it comes to biohacking, and that is essential fatty acids and other key nutrients for your body. Because we know, of course, can you get it all you need from the diet? Of course you can. That would be the ideal, right? Because as Hippocrates said many, many years ago, right? Let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. So if you give your body what it needs from a nutritional standpoint, all the vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, you don't need supplements. You don't. But when it comes to, let's look at, that's theory, right? In an ideal world. And we work with test-based nutrition. So you don't have to guess if you get it from the diet. We have the answer. We can prove that you're getting it from diet or not through a blood test with an independent laboratory, which I'll talk more about. But if we look at omega-3, which is one of the key factors to maintaining a long-term good health, according to a lot of science, your DNA is made to have a certain ratio in the blood. We look at omega-6 and omega-3. Omega-3, you get, of course, from fatty fish. You get it from avocado and nuts. The problem is avocado and nuts is ALA, a form of omega-3. The two most important ones that you really need is EPA and DHA, which mostly you would get from fatty fish. Omega-6, sadly, we get from too much of the things we eat today. So in a perfect world, the ideal is to have as much omega-6 as omega-3. That's how the DNA is made, right? The problem today is because science recommend maximum 3 times omega-6 than 3. The turning point 4-1, and if you get higher on omega-6 versus the omega-3 ratio, it's a threat to your health. The problem today in European Union, 15 times more is the average. 15 times more omega-6 than 3. We have some people from the US here, and the average in US is 25 times more omega-6 than 3. And why is this important? If you don't remember anything else from my presentation tonight, when I talked about one of the best thing you can do for your health when it looks at biohacking and prevention, remember this picture of your cell. Every cell of your body needs omega-3, essential fatty acids. They are essential, and the body cannot produce it by itself. So this happens when you're too low in omega-3, which you are to 97% chance. If you're US, 99% chance. The cell membrane around every cell stiffens. Two things happen. One, nutrients cannot enter the cell. It doesn't get in as effective as it should from your diet or from supplements. Waste products, toxins, cannot come out as effective as it should. This is why we want you to do the test, see if you get it from the diet. If not, use a product for 4 months, do a second test, you'll have black on white that this works. Because what we want here is to achieve the healthy cell membranes, right? And get the right ratio of omega-3. So as you see on this healthier cell, green one here in the picture, nutrient gets in more efficiently, but also the waste product toxins can come out more efficient. Just by changing this, you change somebody's long-term health. And of course, if you wonder how important is omega-3, after this presentation, Google omega-3 and read independent science. There's tens of thousands of journals and scientific proof how important this is. So are you where you should be or want to be, or are you in the danger area? Are you the 3-to-1 or better, or are you worse like most people out there? How do you find out? You do a blood test, you send to independent laboratory, and the laboratory we do the test in is Vita's lab, totally independent. And the partners, people, I mean, organizations that uses them, we know World Health Organization have used them, Harvard using them, King's College, Oxford University, and many others. So the Olympic Committee as well. So this is independent. It's not Zinzino in-house, like many companies out there, right? Oh, do our blood test. And then their in-house reviews will, of course, prove that you need a product. Here is like we just use independent laboratory. And also omega-3, I want you to remember this. Omega-3 is proven to not work. There's even a lot of omega-3s that is not even good for you, and that's proven as well. And most of them, they don't get you in balance. And you know what? I don't say that just to say that or because it sounds good. I say that based on having tested a lot of people who thought they were using the best omega-3 supplements, or even more people who says like, I believe I get it from the diet. Great, George. Let's do the test. Let's find out. So this is test-based, not guest-based like most supplements out there on the market. Because we know most supplements, or a high percentage of them, is marketing before science, right? This is test-based, not guest-based. So find out your test result, and in 120 days, we will bring you back to balance. 95% of people are back in balance after using our product. So the product is, this is our flagship product, the Balance Oil, which is omega-3, polyphenols, also behind vitamin D, which omega-3 and vitamin D, the most sold supplements. And probably two of the most important supplements you can take, right? But the question you're wondering, of course, is why does this omega-3 product work if many others don't work? The key is the polyphenols, which is from pre-harvested olives, which mixed prevents the omega-3 from oxidation. Because most omega-3 products, when you take them, oxidation starts, and test has proven they're active up to 9 to 15 hours, depending what kind of oil it is, right? The problem is it takes up to 24 hours to penetrate on a cellular level. So that's with the polyphenols. Ours were active in studies they've done, 36 hours. So this is active long enough to reach the cellular level. We have it in capsule version as well, especially for the American market, a little more sensitive to oil in general. Of course, we have a vegan alternative. If you're a vegan, when it comes to this, is some of the worst scores we're seeing, because you're not getting the EPA and DHA. And I talked to a vegan a couple of weeks ago, said, yeah, but I get omega-3 from my avocado, from my nuts. What I said before, right? Yeah, that's ALA. That's not EPA and DHA, which is two of the most important ones, right? When it comes to essential fatty acids. So if you're vegan, you need to do the test. So health benefits, we're seeing health benefits. Of course, even a pregnant woman, it will have a negative impact on the development of the fetus if a woman is out of balance. And of course, you can Google, you can read a lot of research about that. One link, you can copy this link, take a picture of it or whatever, go to Healthline or Google, Healthline omega-3 benefits. What I like with this page is that this woman on this page have gathered like claims. We don't make claims in Zinzino, but this is science-based benefits of omega-3. What I like with this page is that this woman has gathered official science as well. So you can click on the links with every benefit she mentions here. This page is a third part, had nothing to do with Zinzino. But as it says there, in the beginning of the page, it says omega-3 fatty acids have been linked to many health benefits. In particular, they may help promote brain and heart health, reduce inflammation, and protect against several chronic conditions. This is not from Zinzino. We don't make any claims. Go to this page, read there. There's links to official science. As we said, use the product for 4 months, do a second test, and you will see that, or if it worked, right? Because you will have black and white if the product delivered results. And also we have something we call full health insurance, as I call it. It's the Zinzino health protocol. The balance oil in a test is number one to take, but many customers choose to use the full health protocol because essential fatty acids, vitamin D, do the test, but then second one is to restore with our dietary fiber blend to help to maintain healthy bowel function and contributes to a balanced cholesterol levels, amongst other stuff. And then we see also the third product here on the right, Extend, which is all important vitamins, minerals, and to really boost your immune system. So this is the health protocol. Many customers buy this product. And if I had to add a fourth out of our product line, would be this one. Like a spa for the mind. It's based out of saffron. So Afron, called Afron, which comes from saffron, is proven to kind of, lower stress levels in your body. Also for people with sleeping issues. It has an impact on the neuroadrenaline on the brain with no side effects because these are all natural products, of course. So if you know somebody with sleeping issues, try this product and just see if it works. It's a fun test to do. Here's our full product range. I won't talk about other products today because the key is let's get you in balance. Let's make sure you have the right levels of essential fatty acids so we get that cell membrane fluidity corrected, right? Because that is key. Cellular health, we know, is key to a good health. So, of course, natural products, naturally sourced ingredients. Also for athletes out there, we have many big sports teams. We're approaching 1,000 professional athletes on our products. So, of course, also informed sport. So it's anti-doping. As I said, we have so many athletes on the products. Also look at our scientific advisory board. Look up this man, Dr. Paul Clayton, who's one of the leading scientists in the world. It's in-house. So he has a blog as well, drpaulclayton.org. We recommend you, if you're really a health geek, to read his stuff. And also Zinzino owns their own manufacturing and R&D, which is important as well. But look at test-based nutrition. That is the future. Because I want you to think about a business opportunity where 500 million people are already kind of raising their hand and saying, I want this product, because 500 million people are taking omega-3 supplements. Think about that. 500 million people. You know what's interesting? When we find 500 million, 97% of them fail the tests. And then, of course, we have over 1 billion supplements, when it comes to vitamins, that people, over 1 billion taking some kind of vitamins, and 1.5 billion use some form of specialist diet. So health, is that the future, you think, or just kind of a trend? No, it's the future. And if you want to dive into a business, you want to know that you're in something that's going to be hot 20 years from now. Because what's not going to change is that people will still want to take care of their health. Zinzino has done over 1 million blood tests. We have the biggest database in the world. We want to have over 1 billion tested by 2050. When it comes to test-based nutrition, it's just the innovation phase still. So it's so early on the curve. And Zinzino's goal to have 100 million active customers by 2050 is more than doable. Just with omega-3 products, right? 500 million use it. We only want 100 million of them. We prove that it works. And omega-3 supplement industry is growing over 7% per year. So the future looks bright for this company when you have something unique on a market like that. So that's the product. If you have questions, write them down, take them with the person who invited you. And that's the product part. And let's dive into the business part of things. And why is there an opportunity for you? Because this tonight is a business presentation, right? The products is something everybody needs. We do a blood test to see if they really need it or they're getting it from the diet, right? So people need to be in balance. That's a fact. We test and we see. So you can always be proud. I'm always proud when I talk to people about these products. And as I mentioned, having 48,000 active customers around the globe and hearing the testimonials, hearing the feedback from the clients is something that makes me very happy to represent and very proud. So going into the business side of things here, what is the business model and why is it an opportunity for you? And if you're here today, if I sat with you, I would say, why are you even open for an opportunity? When I sat down 2009, looked at this industry, I felt directly that, wow, this can give me money and time freedom, recommending products that I want to use myself. So how I saw it was kind of like, okay, I can make money referring customers to the company, meaning I recommend things that I use myself. That's a job almost all of us already doing. How many products have you recommended? Women out there? How many mascaras or skincare lines have you recommended? Or you saw a movie that touched you. You think you're going to recommend that movie to your friends? Of course, we do this all the time. Word of mouth advertising is the most powerful form of advertising, right? But let's look at some of the ideas that caught my attention was this one. I don't know if you read, when it comes to financial intelligence, the most sold author is called Robert Kiyosaki. I read this book when I was 20 years old, 2003. I'm 41 now. And he divided people, how we make money, in 4 different quadrants. On the left side, we have the E and the S. On the right side, the B and the I. Left side is employees, is the E, right? That means you have a job. You trade hours for dollars, pounds, euros, pesos, whatever, right? You have no leverage. You're trading hours for money. And the amount of hours you put in determines what you make. The other side of left is the S, right? Self-employed. You kind of own a job. You have a, again, you maybe open a store where you only make money, or you're a personal trainer. You only make money when you train people. You have a flower store. You're self-employed, right? You only make money when the flower store is open. You have no leverage. Left side of the quadrant is over 95% of the population, but less than 5% of the money, of the wealth. And this got me curious. And then I read about the right side, which is the business owner, which is you own a system, which, for example, IKEA, everybody knows IKEA, right? Swedish company, founder became a billionaire, and he has a system, meaning people is working for him. Every time a cashier takes a piece of wood, ka-ching, money to the top, ka-ching, money to the top. Like when I worked for the newspaper, I brought millions to this newspaper every year. Who earned most of that money that I did all the job for? People at the top. I was a couple of levels under the CEO. So my manager was making money off what I was selling. Then the CEO, of course, there, and then the, of course, board members and stock owners, if you have that. So the business owners, they have something the left side never has. You know what that is? Leverage. Think about this. This caught my attention. That's why I wanted to start my own business. Back then, already looking after I was 20 and read the book, I thought I had to start my own business. Because IKEA, if they had 1,000 employees, they have many more. Think about if you own IKEA and you have 1,000 employees that go in working 8 hours a day. You have 1,000 workers for you, investing 8 hours a day times 1,000. That's 1,000 hours invested in your business that day, no matter what you do. We'll take Virgin, Richard Branson, which we know is out kite surfing, flying balloons. He's on his island, Necker Island, enjoying life. I don't know how many employees he has, but he has a couple of hundred companies, but he has other people running them. That's leverage. He's a business owner. He owns a system. Right side, we have investors as well, where you have money working for you. Maybe you invest a lot of money in the stock market. Maybe you own real estate. So I was on the left side. All my family had been on the left side. Well, actually, yeah, left side actually, because my father had a restaurant, which is on the left side, self-employed as well, right? He was working every day himself. But I wanted to go to the right side. How could I get there? The easiest way for me, after having looked at a lot of opportunities, was this business. Because this business, how this works to create leverage, which I wanted, is I can create a customer portfolio where I make money every month if the customer stays on the product. And I can build a team, my business, my organization, and I can leverage other stores' sales, stores, online stores, right? Imagine this. Imagine if you have a vending machine with Coca-Cola. Hopefully you wouldn't sell Coca-Cola to people. We know that's the opposite of good for health. Imagine you put a vendor machine in every big city, in the best location, every big city. Do you think you could make a lot of residual income? That means you're owning a system. Imagine making a little kickback every time somebody buys a Coca-Cola in one of those machines or whatever, preferably healthy drink there, right? So now you have a system, and that caught my attention. So when I looked at this industry, direct sales, network marketing, how does this work? This is a mix, because e-commerce, affiliate marketing, and drop shipping in a mix. Because you just market your webpage, somebody buys from the webpage, the company ships the product to their home, you get paid. So I was just a link between the customer and the company, and if they keep buying every month, I keep getting paid every month. So I create a customer portfolio where I had the chance to have a residual income on that customer, right? So what is the different traditional sales marketing and direct sales, direct marketing? Often you go manufacturer, wholesaler, retailer, customer. Of course, advertising is a big portion for many companies. If you look at, let's say, Nespresso, you've probably seen George Clooney in the commercial, right? Who pays George Clooney at the end of the day? Because George Clooney got paid, according to Google, $40 million for year one to be in the commercial. Who pays for that? The customer, right? Of course. And then if I go in London to Regent Street, there's an espresso. If I go Hamburg, there's an espresso, best location. Wherever I go, almost all the cities, they have the best location. So if you go buy that, I have to pay for all this, the wholesaler, retailer, the advertising, the celebrities to pretend they like a product, which at the end of the day, for me, that's terrible marketing, right? Let's pay a celebrity, pretend they like, so people buy it. Or an influencer, let's pay them money. That's just pretending advertising, right? The people buy it. But direct sales is just the manufacturer to end customer through an independent partner who actually did the job. So instead of putting money in George Clooney's pocket, you can put money in your pocket by building a customer portfolio. So how do we make money? This is kind of like what I call it, kind of a people's franchise, because the average person, if you want a McDonald's, it costs a lot of money. Here, you can start a business for a couple of hundred or $1,000 dollars, and you're in business. You got a global web shop, and then you make money just like the McDonald's franchise. What I mean with this is, if you're the founder of McDonald's and you open your first restaurant, you make money. One, customers coming to your restaurants, buying hamburgers. Second income stream, you make a franchise out of it. And every McDonald's around the world, no matter if you're in Denver, Florida, Dubai, Bangladesh, wherever you are, Tokyo, you earn a percentage of all the store's sales. This is franchise, right? That's the same opportunity you have here with an online store. The only difference is in a McDonald's franchise, only when other people start it, only the people top make the money. But if I help you get started here, you have the same opportunity for leverage as I have. That's the difference here. Because if you're starting McDonald's, you can't have leverage. You don't leverage other McDonald's stores' sales, but you can do it here because you have the same opportunity to have leverage as I have. And then you get started, you get your personal webpage. Looks like this. Already done. So if a customer goes in from Italy, the IP address and everything, then it's in Italian. Holland, Netherlands, it's in Dutch. So it's adjusted to the country, and we ship to way over 100 countries around the world. So you can sit at home in your bunny slippers, market the products to people you know on Instagram, and you can present like this on a Zoom, or every second Tuesday, we have this presentation. You can talk to people, have a first talk, and then have them look at this. So you get your global web shop. You also get an office, a back office online. You log in, see what your customers ordered for. You can see total revenue in your business and the organization. So you run it from your phone or computer. You can be wherever in the world. I need an internet connection and my phone. So starting your business, step one, how do I start a business? There's different starter kits. You get products worth much more than you pay to start a business. So the worst thing that can happen is that you get better health. So there's everything from, we see, 320 euros to 1,169 euros. What is the difference? Bigger discount and more products, of course. Then, of course, as we said before, to start your own business, often it's thousands or tens of thousands, in some cases, hundreds of thousands. That's why, of course, if you're an entrepreneur, you know, to start a business for 1,000 euros, it's very low. So we have even many people, they want to buy 2, 3 of the starter kit of the ultimate. I don't recommend that. One is enough, but your entrepreneur is like, I sat with one recently, he's like, 1,000 to start? He wanted multiple of them because just because I said, if I pay 1,000 to start a business, I have no skin in the game. It doesn't even feel like I'm in business. So this is, if you've seen network marketing before, direct sales, many start, but because it's so low entry level when it comes to money, many start, order the kit, and never get started. But if you took a loan of 200,000 euros, dollars, pesos, whatever, you would probably work a little harder with it, right? You can start with whatever kit you want. The 1,169 has one thing the other kits don't have. That's why most start with that. And that is a refund campaign. If you start a business today and you have 25 active customers, you're 12 months in business, the company even gives this back to you. So if you start a business for 169, I should say, it's money in the bank if you do the job. Because helping people with health, making money along the way, and also if you get 4 customers your first month, the second month, your product is for free. So if you buy one product per month, I buy much more than one. I use the health protocol, I use the Viva, I use the shakes, I use a lot of products from this company. I love the product, so it's easy to recommend, right? But also read the science, so I know how important it is. But the only monthly expense, around 70 euros, dollars, this vary a little depending on your country. You buy one product a month. If you go get 4 customers your first month, the second month your product is for free. You only pay shipping. If you have 10 customers that buys every month, your product is for free every month. Imagine having a global business where you only expense, even if you pay for the product, your monthly expense is 70, 80 euros, dollars. If you want to open a flower store, often you need, a long-term lease, and pay thousands a month just to be open, right? Just to be in business. So There is many 10 different ways of getting money. If you have questions, the person inviting you will go in depth. We have videos as well that can share that more. But to keep it very simple, if you started today, often people want to know is how to make my money back. 2 plus 10. 10 customers and 2 business partners. That's what we focus on here. Do you think you know? This is what the man who made a presentation to me in 2009 when I looked at this profession. He asked me, Marco, do you think you know a couple of people who care about health? And I was playing football, right? I'm like, yeah, a lot of people. He's like, okay, to get customers, it will be easy for you if you just learn to communicate and present the right way. Secondly, do you think you know people who want to build a business or who want to make extra money or a career income or have you want financial freedom, Marco? Do you think you know people who want that outside of you? I'm like, of course. Exactly. So the business side will also be quite easy for you because you have the contacts already, which we all have. Because if you look at the direct selling space, there's 130 million people in the world in this space. Home-based business, working online, flexibility it can give. It's hard to measure. So you go out and get 10 customers and 2 business partners. And that's the focus, right? Where you build a custom portfolio and you go out and get 10 customers and 2 partners. That's step 1. Many want to do this the first 30 days. And if you do this the first 30 days, you've earned around 1,500 euros. So $1,800. That's step 1. And then next step, if you help the 2 business partners get 2 business partners each, there's a bonus. If you do that the first 60 days, you have earned $3,500. Sorry, 2,500 euros, almost $3,000. What did you do? 10 customers who want to buy the product and 2 business partners. And then you help the 2 business partners get the first 2 business partners. You've earned 2,500. We have people doing this the first days, first weeks. Imagine you start a business for 1,000 and you earn 2,500 the first 30 days. That's good profit. Average business, because it's higher investment, often takes years to become profitable. So that's the focus. 10 customers, 2 business partners. And then we just focus on duplicating that. Because if you got 2 business partners or the starter kit, 10 customers, is something we call silver. We have titles here, like in a company. Maybe, you met a friend you have met for many years. The first thing they want to show is their business card with their title. Hey, I'm a CEO, or I'm a this, that. So of course there's titles there as well. So you also can see who's the leaders. And also you can see an average income on the levels. Because if you go silver, you make around 200 euros a month. If you help 4 people in your team go silver, you're something called executive. And if you're active at that level, you're making around 800 euros a month. And do you think you know people who would benefit from 800 euros a month extra? Let's create 4 people to that level. And you're making 4,000 a month. Then, of course, what's nice here is that you can start in my organization, you can make much more money than me. So it's not like traditional business, like the newspaper, right? IKEA, only people at the top make all the big money. Here, everybody starts at the top of your business. Everybody starts at the top here of nothing. No customers, no business partners. That's how I started with Zinzino as well. And then it's up to you. So it's just about you becoming good at the skills, putting in the effort, and you can be number 1 in Zinzino if that you're willing to work hard for that. But think about this. Imagine just helping people with their health, helping people build a health business, and making 50,000 a year. Imagine this. If you would invest, we say you want that in residual income from invested money. If you invested with a 5% return, you would have to invest 1 million dollars to make 50,000 a year. So 4,000 euros a month for, like, I passed that after 9 months when I started in this industry at 25. 7 to 10 hours a week, follow the system. Every week I did 7 presentations a week. My 9th month, I passed 4,000 a month. What would have been easier for me at 25 with 0 in my bank account? I come from a family where nobody had money. what would be easier? Go out and save up $1 million or invest 10 hours a week for 1 year building up that kind of income? That's the opportunity you have here. And then we help 4 people get to this level. You're making almost 150,000 a year on average. No, yeah, 150,000 a year for average, having helped 4 people get to that level. That's just the beginning of a career ladder. Of course, we have people making much, much, much bigger money than that. Maybe you're like me. When I looked at this industry, because if you did sports like me, or if you read about, CEOs of big companies, what they're making, I grew up watching football, right? Soccer for you Americans. And I read in the newspaper, my idols, they were making millions of millions per year. And then I had a job making 50,000 a year. I'm like, what happened with the millions? So I was brainwashed with big numbers. I was thinking big. I wanted financial freedom. I wanted that because I grew up playing football and I thought I would make it there. So the first thing I asked the person who invited me, his name was Magnus. I said, Magnus, how much are the people making that are good at this? Because I needed to know if I'm going to invest my time and I become good at this, I needed to pay me good money, because the job, I was good at that and spending 10 hours a day, and it didn't pay me well. So I needed to know if I'm going to invest time in something, because the job would never give me big money. I needed to know I want to build skills in something that can pay me what I felt I was worth. Because of the job, I felt I'm not paid what I'm worth here, because there was a cap on my salary. Do you feel you're paid what you're worth in what you do? I don't know. Maybe you do. Or maybe you're like me and so many others. We've helped so many people. If we look at the 50K, 44,000 a year level, in our team, we have 125 people that have reached that level. So we have almost monthly a lot of people hitting that level, and much higher levels as well, of course. So if you become good at this, you can earn very well. But timing is a lot in business, right? Zinzino today, under 500,000, or around 500,000 customers, a little more than 500,000 customers. Want to go to the 100 million customers by 2050. You're part of a company so early that this year going to approach the $200 million a year, and going from 200 million a year to the billion, which we will pass 2028. It's a gold mine for the right person. So if I sat down with you as well, I would ask you, hey, Jürgen, if you did this, why would you do it? I said, I want money and time freedom. Many say, I want an extra income. Or we have many health experts saying, like, I want to help people with their health. So I don't know why you would do this, but I want you to know the skills you need to win is skills that anybody can learn. So if I sat down with you and asked you, what do you really want? I don't know, right? What's your passion? Like, you want more happiness, more money, better health, or maintain a good health? I don't know. We're all different. What do you want to have? Want to have, be able to provide for your family, upgrade your home, drive a nicer car, have people you want to give to. What is it that you want to do with your life? For me, my dream when I started was freedom. I want to be free. I want to get the job out of the way. I want to get money out of the way with a big residual income, so I can wake up and live life on my terms and work when I want to work, with whomever I want to work, as much as I want to work, and nobody telling me what to do. That was one of my key factors, 25. I wanted freedom. I wanted more purpose and passion in life. And this, I found a vehicle that was so much fun, where I could win, but when I become good at this, I can help other people win. And that's fantastic. So what do you want to become? I don't know. Is there a cause you want to give back to? Our team, the One Mundo family here on this call, you're invited by somebody in One Mundo family. That's our team. We bought land in India, and we're gonna build a school. We start in October. It's gonna be built by March next year. We're gonna put 200 kids, take them off the streets, making sure they get food, accommodation, and education. That's what we can do. The more you have, the more you can give. Because root to a lot of evil in the world is lack of money or lack of education. Imagine what we can do if we make sure we make more so we can give more. Education, money, support. So We cannot give what we don't have. So make sure you live a life where you have passion and energy and joy. So you can give that to the world, give that to the people. Because there's so many amazing things in this world happening. But sadly, media is showing only the bad things. Because media is about buying your time. And what sells? What draws your mind to it? Shocking news, right? Extreme shocking news. That's how they win your time. So, same time, a lot of fantastic things is happening out there. So if you did this right, why would you do it? We're going to hear from one person soon, but before that, I want you to just understand, because you're thinking, of course, if you're interested, it's like, okay, if I started, how would I do this? We have a system. We have training calls, every presentations like this every second week. And from next week, every second Tuesday, we have an onboarding training, get started presentation, same time as this. So every second week, presentations like this, every second week, an onboarding, get started training. But this is how it would look. We have systems as well. We have educational platform, everything you need. But if you get started, step one, you start today, Lisa. I want to know why you want to do this. What is your goal? Because if Lisa is new today, I don't need Lisa. She needs me. And if I'm going to help Lisa, I want to know, what does she want out of this? So we can create a plan, look in the calendar. When do you have? How many hours can you commit to? I was busy 7 in the morning to 10 at night when I started. So my commitment was 7 presentations a week. So I blocked them. Every Sunday I blocked the time for it, just like I block time for my job and my football, right? So then we planned that together. Next step, whatever business you start, is how to reach the marketplace. And there we write a list, potential business partners, like who would be the first people you called if you started a business and believed you would build something big? Who would you like to build a brighter future with? And then we write potential customers, people I only want to talk products with. Then list, never ending. Maybe you meet people in real life. Social media is never ending, right, of potential customers and partners. Then we invite. In a get started meeting, we teach you how to invite. We have a system how to invite a way that makes people interested. Then present. Lisa, if you're new today, the presentation, I will do it for your contact. If I'm your sponsor, the person got you started. I present for your contact. I'm educating you at the same time. So you don't have to feel like you need to know a lot. You'll learn as you go, and the person invited you will actually do the presentation and things with you in the beginning. So that's how we work. That's what I said, the skills you need, skills anybody can learn. So I want you to let the person who invited you know, if you're I want to be a customer. I need to know where I'm at. I want to know if I get it from a diet. I'm using other supplements. I need to know if it works. Or B, you want to start your business. You don't have all the answers yet. Everything that's new is uncomfortable, right? But we have so many people out there, people from in their 20s to their 70s who's doing it successfully in our team with Zinzino. We have a system. We'll teach you, we'll guide you along the way. Don't worry about that. You just need to have the hunger and ambition, right? And then if there's a will, we have the way. Or C, you need more information. Let the person know if you're A, B, or C. Last thing we're going to do now is it's always good to hear from people who, are doing this, different backgrounds. So we have different testimonials or people. We have one person, she was a corporate lawyer in London, working very late, early to very late every day. She was a corporate lawyer and decided to dive into this industry. And let's hear from her. Sarah Topham, are you here? Let's hear from her why she decided to build this business.
Absolutely. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for that, Marco. My name's Sarah, and I started my professional career as a lawyer, which I was super excited about. And I think, when anybody spends that long training and that amount of money as well, going through law school and higher education, you jump into your job and you think, I'm excited to be here, and my contract said 9 till 5, and, I actively signed the contract and I got into work, and then that wasn't my hours. And maybe I was a little bit naive, but those 8 hours of working pretty much doubled. But do you think my salary did? Absolutely not. So there were some people that were leaving earlier than me that were in different departments, and yet I was still there until sometimes midnight, sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning, thinking, oh my goodness, my alarm's going to go off again at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I'm going to be shattered. And so I was looking at different ways that I could find a way out of that, because I think once you're on that conveyor belt, it's pretty tricky, isn't it, to sometimes leave a job that you're trained in and you don't want to let people down. And of course, you build up your lifestyle to fit the size of the income that you have. And so I didn't want to go back and start training again. I didn't want to, go back into education. And so this kind of business model taught me a number of different things. First of all, it taught me leverage. And I was so impressed and so inspired when I saw that, because the people who make the most amount of money in any company are the people who own it, and you might have a salary, which is wonderful, but you're swapping time for money, which is exactly what I did. In fact, I was billing every single 6 minutes of my day, had to be accounted for on some file. And so I walk into this industry, and there's a few things that really hit me. That idea of leverage, we can do a great job one time and continue to get paid for it, both with the partners that we produce, but also with our customers that we have. But it also really taught me the power of personal development and goal setting, and the community that we can be surrounded by. And people actually want to help you to be lifted higher here, to help you to reach your full potential. I'd challenge you to name a company where people have got you at the focus of that. I was never once asked what I would like to achieve by the managing partner of my law firm. No one ever asked me that. And so I was looking for this idea of lifestyle. And when we look at the practical reasons of what that may have been for me, I wanted to absolutely ditch my 5 o'clock alarm. I mean, who wants to have an alarm go off at that time, unless you're going to the airport or something fun? But I also wanted, to be able to travel so much more. I didn't want to have to work with, having to sign a holiday sheet. And, last year I worked from 5 different countries. The winter before that, I drove out to France, and I was out in the Alps for 3 months working with my laptop. The year before that, I spent 6 months in America. And so what you actually have the ability to create here is a life that is completely on your terms. You're actually working with a complete mega trend. So if this is the first company that you have looked at in this industry, then you've lucked out. If this is a place where you can plant your flag, it's someone's looking down on you to show you Zinzino as the first company, because everything is in place here for us to do incredible things. But if you also look for the kind of people that you want to be surrounded by, and the fact that you can actually handpick the kind of energy that you're surrounded by, that's something that's really special. I think we sometimes discount that. I was in a very toxic, negative environment in my law firm. Now we get to choose who we work with, and some of my new partners are on this call, who I'm thrilled to be working with. It's an incredibly exciting time. Marco was a big part of why I chose this company, but the more people that I meet as part of this group, as part of this community, it's an incredibly safe place to invest your time. And I think, for me, and I'm sure many people here, time is the most important and special commodity that we have. I didn't have any. I was working 90 hours a week. So when you find a place that you can invest that time, where it comes back tenfold in the relationships that you develop, in the friendships that you have, but also in the kind of income that you can create here, which is ongoing, it's residual, it's a willable income stream, that is something that actually can't be matched by any kind of company that you might be working for now or in the future. But this isn't about, coming off and leaving your job and running away with Zinzino, but it's a really smart thing to actually start to develop alongside whatever you do. So I encourage you all to take a really serious look at this. Thanks, Marco.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you so much for sharing your story, why you choose this. And if anybody have questions, we're going to stay in a couple of more minutes. I'm just going to switch off the recording, and then we can do, if somebody has a question, we can do that. So thank you very much for tonight. I hope it gave you something, and see you in 2 weeks again.